Here at Lens Crackers, we can crack your fine, high-quality eyewear in less than an hour. Our trained technicians use only the best equipment to crack your fine quality eyewear. So remember, Lens Crackers, we can crack them in less than an hour. Second attempt. One. Blue's a lucky one.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a healthy competition going on here.
7, 8, 9.
You got 9? 10! Yay! You got it! A new world record! Yay! What do you have to say for yourself?
11,
Oh my God.
12,
12! 13!
14,
14!
15,
15!
15.
15! Now, what's your name again?
Alex Krause,
Alex Krause from...
Sturgeon Bay.
Thank you, Alex Krause. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. And you know what? There's a new feature here on Rumble or StreamYard or wherever this thing is. And I can now tap in and listen to you all at the same time. So let me just say this again. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarty. I will be your host. We're going on a quest for truth together. Wow, an applause. Well, thank you all so very much. How do you like that? Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and it's Friday night, and everything's right for the weekend, and it's the spring equinox. It's the 20th of March, and tomorrow is probably the most important day in my life. It's my birthday, or it was my birthday many, many years ago. Oh yeah, I was so young at the time, but I was very young at the time, but there I was being born on March 21st. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over to where? Where are we going? We're going to Chatlandia to find out who's chatting all over the place, because all of our friends are gathered over there. It's on the far side of the intranet, a cozy little spot where all the cool people gather. So thank you all for being here. You guys rock, because you're the Truth Questers. Well, let's see what we got here. It's Catherine Weiss. That's Weiss123. She's one of our Ultramods. She says, "Hi, Aaron." And then she says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight." All right. And then she also says, "Hi, Peggy," because she knows Peggy's going to be there very shortly. And then I said, "Hi, Weiss123, Kathy, one of our Ultramods." And then I said, "Okay." And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over there on YouTube. And then Peggy Dancer, Cap 78 Pack, another one of our Ultramods, says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123, Kathy. I'll be here tonight." She gives a heart. All right. Then I said, "Hi, Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer." "Okay." That's awesome. And let's see, Peggy Dancer over on YouTube on the Portrait channel says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss. I'll be on Rumble." And then I said, "Hi, Kathy," over there on YouTube. And then Peggy Dancer on YouTube says, "Hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss." And then she gives a little heart. Look at that. Very nice. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Peggy." And then I said, "Hi, Peggy," over there on YouTube, where I'm Hot Games and Puzzles. And then, look who's here. It's Cronavere, our good friend Cronavere. Hello, Truth Questers. And Mrs. Pinkerton. And so I got to say hi to Cronavere. Gotta hit the old caps lock. Caps lock. Caps lock. Because my confuser still isn't really, my keyboard isn't totally functional right now. But oh well, so swell. There you go. Alrighty then. And then it's Cap 78 Pack over here back on Rumble. Hello, Chroniviewer, fellow Truth Quester. Oh, look at that. Oh, and look who else is here. Why, it's our good friend and Ultramod, Operation Shutdown. And he says, "I trust lens crackers." Oh, yeah, as we all should. I got to say hi to him. Hi, Operation Shutdown. Oh, I got to give him the old wavy. Wait a minute. Is that going to go? What happened? What's going on here? I typed it and it disappeared. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? I got a glitch in my matrix here. And it's all in caps because that's just the way it is today. Oh, there it is. Finally, it worked. Oh my goonie. And then Chroniviewer says, "Hello, Cap 78 Pack." And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over there on the Portrait channel. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Peggy," on the Portrait channel on YouTube. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Chroniviewer." Oh, and look who else is here. Our good friend and my classmate and a Mound West Tonka alum at the BK. Truth Quest. To the moon and back, yes. We'll go there. We'll go there. Good to see you, buddy. And then the BK says, "We love the Truth Quest." Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. And then Catherine Weiss says, "Hi, Operation Shutdown." And Operation Shutdown says, "Hello, Catherine Weiss." And then Kathy says, "Hi, the BK." I got to say hi to the BK too. Got to make sure I type it in the right section here. Hi, the BK. And the little wavy hand. Oh, where'd the wavy hand go? There it is. It's so confusing. So confusing. That's why we call them confusers, because they confuse us. And Catherine Weiss says, "Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up because that helps the old algo rhythm and the algo beat and the algo melody." It sure does. All those algo things that we don't quite understand, but maybe AI does. You think? And Operation Shutdown says, thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. Operation Shutdown says, welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. We are going on a quest for truth together. Cue the applause for Aaron's birthday. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I got the applause button now, so you never know when that might happen. Oh, and he's continuing because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. Boy, if I ever forget what I'm supposed to say, I'm going to call up Operation Shutdown because he's got my patter down pat, I'd say. Thanks, buddy. And then I said, hi, Chronoviewer. And then Chronoviewer says, hello. And then Cap 78 Pack says, happy early birthday, Aaron. May your day and year be extra special. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Look at all those 1, 2, 3, 4 birthday cakes. I could probably eat 4 birthday cakes. It would probably take a couple days, but I could probably eat it. Yeah. And then here I am finally being able to type in a hi, Operation Shutdown. Oh, all in caps too. Look at that. And the wavy hand. Invisible keyboard ink. Yes, that's probably what it was. Good idea. Good thought there, Chronoviewer. And Operation Shutdown says, hello, Aaron, and happy early birthday. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to be, gosh, I can't even keep track anymore. We're getting so old here. But it's just a number. And then I said, hi, at the BK. Or the BK. And Kathy says, happy birthday, Aaron. Thanks, Kathy. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, that's about it for our Chatlandia. And that's it for Chatlandia. Did you guys all like the Chatlandia? Yeah. They're all clapping. You hear that? There you go. All righty then. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. I wonder if I should just leave that up in case. Oh, I don't know. Go back to comments. Problem is I can't keep everything open at the same time. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's cruise on over to the Book of Faces, or what I like to call the Land of Zuckers. Because there's a Zucker born like every minute or something like that. And did you see the old thumbnail for tonight? Look at that. That's the alien from the Alien interview, which now has been confirmed. Yes, that was a real extraterrestrial, and that really happened because our good friend, and he's been on the show before, John Stewart, he did some digging and found someone that shared all kinds of information with him, like the names of all the officers that were in that room that day, an inner office memo where they were trying to figure out how this got to the public. He has it all. And so this is real stuff, folks. It's not a puppet. Not a puppet. Uh-oh. Okay, get the bat phone. Hello?
Hello. Dark Brain just came into the chat. He's on YouTube.
Okay, all right. I just saw it. All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Kathy on the bat phone, letting us know that the bat phone. Yeah. And there it is right here. Why, it's Dark Brain over there on YouTube. Good evening, Aaron. Well, hello there. Good evening, Dark Brain. Good to see you here. I gotta write hi, Dark Brain. And the wavy hand. Did it work? Oh, what's going on here? What the heck is going on here? Something's up, folks. Nothing's working right. Something's up. I'm telling you. Something's right up there. Kathy says, hi, Dark Brain. And Dark Brain says, greetings, Catherine, and Operation Shutdown. Nice to see you both. Crowd viewer, the bad phone. Oh, yeah. Operation Shutdown. Hello, Dark Brain. Then I said, hiya, Dark Brain. And Kathy says, good to see you too, Dark Brain. All right. So that's that. And this is that alien, boy, I tell you. And episode 747. I guess we're on an airplane, folks. We're on a big old jet airliner. Don't carry me too far away. Thanks. Here it is. Balance begins here, March 20th, the equinox. And did you know this about the equinox? It's pretty interesting. March equinox, March 20th, 2026, posted by 1994. On this day, something extraordinary happens to our planet. Not loud, not dramatic, but perfectly precise. The sun aligns directly above Earth's equator, creating a rare moment where day and night are nearly equal across the entire world. For a brief time, light and darkness share the sky in perfect balance, a reminder that even in a constantly changing universe, harmony is always possible. In the Northern Hemisphere, this marks the first day of spring. We know that. That's where we are right here. A season of longer days, warmer light, and new beginnings. Nature awakens, flowers begin to bloom. We all know that. And the world slowly comes back to life. Meanwhile, the Southern Hemisphere, autumn begins. Oh, they're going to get into autumn. Quieter transition, filled with reflection, cooler, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you all know that. Hey, and guess what else it is today? March 20th, 2026, International Alien Abduction Day. So we're hoping you all have fun with your alien abductions. Hopefully you're not probed too much. Boom-pa. All right. You know what? Maybe a show of hands. Maybe a show of hands would do. Okay, if you have been abducted, either by the government or by aliens, let us know. Clap your hands. Wow, that's a lot of people out there in the audience. Look at that. Well, can you even imagine? Whoa, through the magic of the intranet. Can you believe that? Contact in the Desert put that out. Alien Abduction Day. That's the first time I've seen that. Oh, did you hear this? Did you hear what Trump said? Oh, gosh. This is so good. If you were watching the Chans back in the day when Q started posting back in 2017, you'll love this. Check it out.
Pepe is a great friend of all of ours, I think, in the room. Tremendous. And we appreciate you being here. Great to have you. Thank you. Pepe is a great friend of all of ours, I think, in the room. Tremendous. And we appreciate you being here. Great to have you. Thank you.
You are friend. Yes, you are. Thank you, Trump. Grand Rising, friends. Sharon Q. Keck put this out. Oops.
Only because people don't understand. I assume that it was going to go down much more. Only because people don't understand to a large, it's a big chess game at a very high level. It's a very high level chess, the highest. And I'm dealing with very smart players. These are smart people. They don't get there. You know, when you deal with some of these people, you're dealing with high level intellect, very high IQ people. These are not Jasmine Crockett and her group. These are smart people. These are really smart people and violent people and vicious people and some very nice people. And some are very nice but violent. They turn violent. But you know what? If I didn't do what I did, we would have been hit. Number one, I assumed that it was going to go down much more, only because people don't understand.
There it is. Look at that. It's a big chess game. Oh, and look at this. These robot warrior things that these robot competitions. This is pretty incredible what this thing does. It just spins and it beats the heck out of the other one. Lasagna's weapon spin up says it all. You know, a massive hit is coming. If the first impact sends BOAT flying across the arena. Let's watch that. Whoa. Yeah. Bam. Fab. I'd say that's pretty fab. Bam. Youch. Made mincemeat out of it. Isn't that neat? I like that. That's pretty cool. They could solve all wars with robot wars like that, you know? Have the leaders each controlling, and oh, who knows? Who knows? Alexia Eisenhower is in the house. Well, hello, Alexia. Good to see you here. Of course, she's the parasite cleanse queen. She is I think, one of the first people I've ever heard talk about this kind of stuff. And it's turning out to be quite a thing. And I guess we should all be constantly deworming, because I used to think the spiders took over, but I think the worms took over. Here's the worms and the spiders. Watch out for them. Here's a little bat action, 1966 style. Watch this. Oh. Okay.
It isn't often a bachelor.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about that? How do you like that? Boy, I wonder what happens next. Whoa! What's this? Could we be so lucky? Oh, let's watch this. Oops. Did it again.
Diamond. Exactly, Robert.
Transforms herself into Batgirl, scourge of Gotham City's underworld and defender of truth and justice. But are their actions too late to stop shame from robbing the Gotham City stage of a rock and roll? The answer in one breathless minute.
What do criminals call a rock? Holy carrots, a diamond.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, it's Anthony Brock back again, number 55. Chuck Norris. Let's see what he does. Who's the boss?
Here's round 55. Today we pay respect to the legend Chuck Norris. Let's see who's boss.
Big mistake, Goat. Chuck Norris doesn't lose. What's next?
Here's round 55. Today we pay respect to the...
Chuck Norris doesn't lose. What's next? He finally won, and it took Chuck Norris to do it. That was pretty good. I like that. Rest easy, Chuck Norris. This is from Team Trump. Rest in peace, legend. And here's Trump meeting him at WrestleMania. Check. How do you like that? He's a wrestling fan. Oh, look, Geordie LaForge. So that's what he needed those glasses for. Why, he was just looking at the Viewmaster. Oh, we all should have known that. Oh, look who else is in the chat. Why, it's our good friend, Rose Thistle Art. The goat beats the goat. Yes, isn't that the good one? Why didn't I think of that? That's good. Goat 54, man 1. Yes. Man versus goat. They don't speak jive. They have to decipher it. Yes. Yeah, we had 33.2 inches of snow here in Sturgeon Bay. Almost more than anyone in the whole area. There's a place called Mountain that got like 1 inch more. But all the other areas, we got, the most. 33.2. Crazy. The Heinlein Society put that out. Dem Senator Jackie Rosen accidentally admits the truth. This bill is about shrinking the size of our electorate to benefit Republicans. When only Americans can vote, Democrats lose ground. That says everything about who's really in their voter pool. Pass the Save America Act now. Yes, and that's only the first small baby step to fixing all of the massive election problems that we have in this country. Isn't that right? Oh, yeah. CBS News investigation, a salon, a modeling agency, and 89 hospices. We visited a 3-story LA building being called Ground Zero for fraud. We went to look for ourselves. So Nick Shirley started it, and now CBS is following up. And they should have been doing this all along. It's nice that an independent podcaster can get these major channels to, or their reporters to do some real reporting. He's showing them how to do it. We are showing them how to do it. Us independent people here. I don't even see the Oscars anymore. I just see Epstein Island Visitors. I don't watch it at all because I don't have TV. I don't want TV. It brainwashed me my whole life, and I don't want it anymore. Haven't watched TV since before the turn of the century. Yes, back in the late 90s. I swore off of TV. I just went, you know what? The commercials suck. The shows suck. This is back in the late 90s. And at the time, they weren't even running Gilligan's Island reruns. So what was the point? What was the point? And the news sucked. So I just went without. And I've been much better off, I think, for it. Thanks, Marjorie Long, for putting that out there. And guess what? Happy 20th birthday to Barron Trump. So his birthday is the day before my birthday. Isn't that awesome? Too cool for school. Happy birthday, buddy. You're doing a great job being a inspiration to many. Look at this. And this is that clip about Jon Stewart. He's been on the show. We'll have to have him on again. Talking about this alien and the proof that he found. He dug and he got the proof. This is real. This is totally real. It's not a puppet. It's totally real. Oh.
Alien interview video went viral. Many shrugged it off as a hoax, but there was one individual by the name of Jon Stewart that dedicated many years of his life in the search to find out whether this alien interview was in fact a hoax. You got information that might just shock you.
What was sent to me was someone looking at a top secret document about this film. They didn't call it a theft. They call it an unauthorized viewing, means someone who was not cleared viewed it. Yes, the American public. And it was bizarre. It said the exact date, April 22nd, 1991. The time of day, 3:15 in the afternoon, which coincides with the 4-something on the digital ticker up on top of that film, which is 3:15. So that was, it said what type of being it was. It was a cloned biological entity from Reticulum.
So this was,
go ahead.
This was I would imagine, did you say over 9 months you spoke to this person and he sent you?
He was testing me.
Right.
This is what people in intelligence do. They test you to see if you're good, if you can follow instructions, if you can follow the rules. Are you a decent person? I know they did a background check on me. And once they were confident that, hey, we either have a useful idiot or this is a pretty decent guy that just wants to find the truth and we want the truth to come out, let's help them. I got this report and it was shocking.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That must have just blew you away. Just like a bit of information right there, right? So
my hands were shaking when I got my email and I started to scroll down. You think about this, folks. I've been trying to find out.
Sorry, John. I just, for the audience, right? Because I'm just trying to digest this as well. So this information that you got was referring to something what was going on, an interview of some sort with an ET or alien before this video came out?
No, the report was an internal investigative memo about how this film leaked out of Area 51.
Okay, I get you.
And the report also, this person from the DIA gave us all of the men in the room. Names and ranks.
Right.
Names and ranks in 91. So it gave the whole thing. Here's how it leaked out.
Wow.
Here's who we think leaked it out. here's everything about the being, here's the time and date, and here were the men watching that film. Remember the shoulders we saw?
Yeah.
Here's the men watching that film. And when I saw those military names, I was in a parking lot in McDonald's in Indiana. My heart, I thought I was going to have a heart attack because it was like being led into the Golden Gates. My hand was shaking. And I started to Wikipedia the men on that list, and they were all involved with intelligence. They were all real. They all existed. And I thought, oh, my God, I have history here. This is going to beat the MJ-12 documents, the Wilson Davis memos.
Yeah.
I have maybe the most important historical document in ufology in my hands. And
because that's a large extent to go to, like,
huge.
toy with you, for somebody to make up that, to find all these names that have got legitimate backgrounds, and then just to send it to you. Like, why would you even do that?
My leaker is in his late 70s.
Right.
It was funny. You could tell that I was also shown the email between each other. And the man at the DIA said to him, and I won't say his name, please refrain from using my name in coordination with this information.
Right.
Like if I had sent you something, we know each other, we're friendly.
Yeah.
Hey, just leave my name out of it. When I saw that line, I'm like, this is not a hoax. These two are communicating with each other, and I am being privy to this communication.
Because one, he or she obviously doesn't want to get in any backlash, but also it also shows you that they don't want anything in return, right?
Nothing. He was so proud of me. That's all I can come up with in the past 9 months of him emailing me. And I call him the chairman because I realized that when he's on the board of directors of an institution. That's all I'm going to say about him. And every Tuesday that he would go to this, every one Tuesday a month, he would go. In America, you have to have an Open Meetings Act if you have a board of directors. And he went to somebody else's office on their computer to email me once a month. Hey, how you doing? I heard you this. It was bizarre. And I found out the lady whose office he went to, and I won't say their relationship or anything like that. And if you Google this man, you'd see him on the red carpet with his wife. He's elderly. I mean, this is really, folks, I'm not playing around here. This is, and I will never reveal this man. And when he dies, I will ask the family if they would like my name to be revealed. No one knows about him, but he is a dignitary in a metropolitan city. But to see the interaction between the person at the DIA, and again, the person was obviously looking at a report, but then just transcribed it, so there wasn't any top secret or anything like that. And we could all claim it was alleged, So that was very interesting that they did that they kind of bypassed top secret security mores in rules to send me this list. And then I began 6 months of investigating every person on that list, every military man on that list, with the help of Linda Moulton Howe, famed journalist.
So going back to this this blimp laser thing that was monitoring this ET, you said it was because I inadvertently just said it's heartbeat, maybe breathing, but you said it actually gets weird. So know, like, what this thing was actually monitoring?
We think we do.
Right.
So 6 months, again, folks, 5 years ago, 6 months ago. So for 4.5 years, everyone's shrugging their shoulders, including other military intelligence assets that came to me. I have eight leakers and whistleblowers that have come to me. I blow away James Fox and David Grush and Lou Aliza. I mean, I've got almost a baseball team, I call it, of leakers. None of them know what this is. Now I see a video. I get sent a video of Whitley Strieber, the man that wrote Communion, claimed he was abducted and actually sexually assaulted by gray aliens and had experiments done on him.
Wow.
And he goes at a conference. And I'm paraphrasing him. Do you all know the 1997 alien interview? And they show it on the screen. This is why I think this is real. Whitley Strieber, abducted by aliens, New York Times bestselling author. He goes, you see that little green blip in the corner? He goes, I am here to tell you that I saw that blip out of the corner of my eye when I was writing the book Communion. It is my opinion is that is how aliens communicate or try to with human beings. I tried to put my thumb and my hand over the blip, and I could not block it out of it basically hovering over the corner of my desk. And that's why I think it's real. Wait a minute here. Remember, second tier video production company doing a funny golf video.
Yeah.
He goes, I never told anyone until today about that green blip. So I want to ask everyone, how could a second tier Hollywood production company know that this is the way aliens communicate and put that in that hoaxed video? He's like, they wouldn't. I told no one about that. Now, after I put that out, go ahead.
Sorry, John. Yeah, it's fine.
No, go ahead.
Because initially, when we were first having this conversation about this thing, I just assumed, because obviously from the detail that you told me about the person from NASA says it's a one-off. Oh, we've lost you. There you go.
Sorry.
That's right. It's a one-off. I just assumed that this was a man-made thing, which was monitoring. But now we're saying that this was actually alien technology, right? So
we think
from what this guy says, that guy says, right? Yes, so if he's been abducted and he's seen this thing,
or that the government made it in conjunction with the beings to communicate better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, okay, how do we communicate with you better? What do we do? Okay, what do we use? What how do we devise this monitor? That's
because that's sort of for my mind, that sort of branches off them, because then you could assume that the ET was actually helping us, but by using this to say, okay, well, look, here we go.
Correct. So now another leaker, and I don't call him part of the 8, but he says, I just want to tell you something. I think you're doing a great job. It's real. And that device is a communication device. And I said, okay, tell me a little bit more. He said, John, the grays vibrate, electronically vibrate so much. He goes, I'm sure you must have heard people that have encountered them where their hair stands on the top of their arms. They put Vaseline on their bodies to keep the electrostatic around. He said these creatures vibrate so much that we found a way in conjunction with the beings to have a monitor to grab that electrostatic, and I'm using my own vernacular to grab the electronic vibratory emissions from these beings and collect it in a monitor, and we can tell basically the overall health of the being. And at times when it's blipping like that, that is telling the telepath, I'm trying to communicate with you. I am trying to communicate. So when you see it, the blip way up high, from what I was told, folks, I don't make any declarations, that the being is saying, read my mind, or I'm sending you a thought, I'm trying to communicate with you. This is what we garnered. Now, let me finish with this. FX people come out of the woodwork. Jon Stewart is crazy. We could do that with lasers on a Cerberus. We do the experiment. Bullshit. It doesn't look anything like it. It's a piece of glass. It's bouncing a laser. We send the video to Bill Mums. He was hired by National Geographic to study the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot film.
Right.
Folks, I go to the top on this stuff. I went to the experts and monitors. I'm going to a national...
That's the most famous Bigfoot, right? Where it's walking along and turns around, right? Okay.
Right, correct. So the National Geographic hired him. I think that was good enough for me to hire. He said, look, I don't know if this is real or not. It was filmed on 16 millimeter. He goes, John, in 91, the only people that filmed on 16 millimeter were like the government.
Oh, really?
Maybe a couple of other movie studios, but not really. And he said that this was 16 millimeter transferred to VHS. So what you're telling, and I'm going to get to the monitor. So what you're telling me is a cheap video production company somehow got 16 millimeter film, filmed it, and then used like a computer to then turn it to VHS. And then hired a guy to go around to Fox. It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. No. You may remember back in 1997, an alien interview video went viral.
So, yeah, the video came out in 97, but I guess the actual interview was 1991. And if you remember, it was a a major studio that brought it out. I think a CBS or one of those. Anyway, a guy named Victor. His false name was Victor, and he had a wig on, and he had a fake mustache, and the audio was slowed down, so they were trying to hide the identity of the person who brought this tape forward to the public. And I took that audio back in the early 2000s. I took that audio and I put it in my confuser, and I have a sound program. I can change the speed of anything, and I made it so it's normal speed. And to me, it sounded just like Bob Lazar. Yes, it sounded like Bob Lazar. So whether he brought the thing forward for someone else or I don't know. But I told Jon Stewart, you can look back at the old program that I had a couple of years ago. I interviewed Jon Stewart on this show on Truth Quest. And I postulated that to him. I posed that to him, and I said, this is what I found. He said, nope, that's not him. Well, sounded like him to me. Okay. I don't believe everything people say, but he's got a lot of really good evidence now to show that this is real. And I always had a feeling that this was real. Some of the stuff, I just get this feeling it's not real. I got the feeling that this was real back when it came out. And I really do think I cracked who the person was that brought it forward, Bob Lazar. But who knows? Nobody knows. No clue, Mr. Magoo. But anyway, so there that is. Yeah. How to legally decline a vaccine. You go to a hospital, maybe you're getting a checkup or something, and they ask if you want this fight. It's a mandated vaccine of some kind, whatever pandemic is happening at the time. Step 1, do not refuse a vaccine. Otherwise, you'll be considered belligerent. Instead, you can politely decline their services by doing the following. Step 2, ask the doctor if the vaccine has MRC-5 in it. They all do. Those are aborted fetal cells and other DNA. If it does, you have the right to decline. Step 3, ask if there is a possibility of a iatrogenic reaction, an adverse reaction caused by multiple compounds or drugs interacting with each other from the vaccine. They all do. When the doctor says, yes, it does, that's your get out of vaccine jail free card. Thank the doctor for their offer and walk away. Remember, doctors have sworn the Hippocratic Oath, which is do no harm, and they must honor it. This is how we can legally and respectfully decline their offered mandated services, and there is absolutely nothing they can do about it. Now you know. Well, I know sometimes they can tackle you, and that's not good. But so try that. Thank Donna Chadwick for that. Thanks. Riley Gaines. As more time passes, I only feel more vindicated. I didn't take the COVID shot. I feel sorry for the people who did. Valerie Ann Smith says, study involving 1.7 million children has found that myocarditis and pericarditis only appear in children who had received COVID mRNA vaccines. The clot shot, the depopulation shot. Not a single unvaccinated child in the group suffered from these heart-related problems. No kidding. I could have told you that. When Muslims are in the minority, they are very concerned with minority rights. When they are in the majority, there are no minority rights. Winston Churchill, very smart guy, very smart. Smart feller, fart smeller, smart feller. You know what? I swallowed a bunch of synonyms today. I got the thesaurus throat I've ever had. Thanks, dad jokes. Thesaurus throat. Very good. Oh, Babylon Bee. The Babylon Bee put this out. Ghost of St. Patrick returns to drive Rosie O'Donnell out of Ireland. She can't run too fast. But get her out of there. Yeah, where's she going to go now? Oh, and the Hodge twins put this out. Idaho has authorized death by firing squad for convicted pedophiles. I think that's a good solution. It highly reduces the continued offenses that person would do. Just end it. Make sure it's the right guy, because people could be accused and they're not guilty too, you know. We all hate taxes, but I'd rather watch Republicans feed our U.S. soldiers steak rather than watch Democrats house legal immigrants in luxury hotels. Yeah, I think we all. And this is an old thing, but it's so cool. I sold an old VHS player on eBay for only $20 because it was just sitting around collecting dust. 3 weeks later, I received this in the mail and started crying. And here it is. Hi, and that's crossed out. I found many old VHS tapes recently and wanted to see what is on them and realized I had no player. So I went to eBay for the first time and discovered your offer. I bought your VHS and you shipped it within a few days. The VHS looks new and unused. Amazing. I had some issues getting it going, which were mine and not the player. I am 86 and perhaps not up to my game, but I do get there eventually. And I did. And discovered the VHS works perfectly. Thank you so much for your care, your efforts, and your promptness. I watched tapes of my retirement party from 25 years ago, which I had never seen before. Geez, we were young. Were we young? Then a tape of my wedding with all of the family and friends, many of which are no longer around. Then skiing trips, kids growing up, travels, and most importantly, the gentle maturing of my family. Each one more fun than the last, all thanks to your generous selling of the VHS player. Wow. I thought you would appreciate how much someone has enjoyed your offer. Oh, wow. It's just laying around. Made this guy's day. Probably his whole year that year. Wow. Fantastic. You never know what kind of little ripples you're going to create by even selling something. Look at that. I never liked their coffee. This is true. It tastes like bleach to me. I can't stand Starbucks coffee. It tastes like poison to me. And listen to this. Starbucks is now facing a class action lawsuit for alleged cancerous chemicals found in their coffee. I could have told you that. I can taste it. Okay. I've only had like 2 cups in all the years, and I will never, ever drink that stuff again. It's horrible. It's poison. And there's proof right there. Breaking news. U.S. cancels mRNA vaccine development, stating it has more risks than benefits. I could have told you that too. Thanks, RFK Jr. You're rocking it. Rocking it. Oh, could it be some more Batman action from 1966? Oh, we're lucky today. Oh, here we go.
Batman and Robin. Fundamental deposit? Now we've come to prevent a withdrawal. Like Falseface. What? Falseface? Notorious criminal? Master of disguise?
And we better load the money in the truck before it's too late, old buddy.
It's already too late. Falseface!
What? Right. That's Falseface himself, in disguised person.
Yeah? What makes you so sure?
It's obvious. Only a criminal would disguise himself as a licensed bonded guard, yet callously park in front of a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
It's always the little things.
This time it'll cost you a big penalty, False Face. We're going to withdraw you from circulation and deposit you in jail.
Well, Boy Wonder, your interest is overdue.
The Batmobile.
Thank you, Batman, for breaking into my trap.
It's Blaze in the Batmobile. Oh, you're so strong.
I urge you to abandon this life of crime, Blaze, before it's too late.
It's already too late, Batman.
Holy Houdini!
Another deft escape by that master of disguise and deceit.
But where can False Face?
That is the coolest car ever, and I can't for the life of me wonder. I wonder why all cars don't look like that right now. They should. I wish my car looked like that. This might be President Trump's funniest line ever, Japanese reporter. Why didn't you tell us before you struck Iran, President Trump? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Right? And here is an old picture. The top picture is downtown Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, right here where I live, 1947 and 2026. Big storm in January 1947 and sent a Prangies, Yonkers, which is now Marketplace, looking at 3rd Avenue towards Michigan Street. Look at that. I'd say the modern snow is a lot whiter. It's just the film used. Look at those cool old cars back then. Too cool for school. Look at that. And this right here is a bench you can sit in, and you can like sit behind this fish face and take a picture, and it looks like you have a fish face. All the fun things you can do in Sturge. How do you like that? Breaking, Senator John Kennedy is now moving to put the Save America Act in reconciliation, which only needs 50 plus 1 votes. Yes, do it for America. Yeah, why didn't they do that in the first place? The conspiracy theorists were right from DC Drano about Russian collusion being a hoax. They were right about COVID vaccines being dangerous. They were right about social media censorship. They were right about Jeffrey Epstein and his billionaire pedo friends, not Trump. And you know what else they'll soon be irrefutably proven correct about? Election fraud. Liberal Logic 101. And there's our last show. That brings us right back to the starting point. Here we are again, friends, right back here in the big old studio. And I want to say hi to Alexia Eisenhower, and everyone else who's here. And I want to thank Dark Brain for gifting a subscription. Let's take a look at that. He gifted another subscription. That's awesome. Is this it? I think this is it. Okay. All right. Yeah, there it is. Gifted 1 subscription to Truth Quest with Moriarity. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dark Brain. You're a very generous man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. And now we got to go over to X. We just gotta. Oops. That wasn't what I wanted to press. Why do these all look alike? Can't they make them a little different? Share screen. Let's see if I can get it done this time. Oh. Yeah. All right. Here we are. Going over to X marks the spot. Oh. And there we go. Oops. There's our show, 747. And turning my toddler stories into songs. This is pretty cool. Look at this. This guy took his toddler's words and made songs out of them.
There was an apple man, and his name was just Apple the Stooler. Apple the Stooler, the apple. He really didn't know just where was his apple mom. His apple mom was gone. Yeah, yeah. So he was hopping around. He was hopping around. He go to a fairy. She was really a real one with wings and legs, daddy. Real ones have legs. Yeah, and she blowed some air on him. What? Why? So she could just give him wings. He could just fly. Oh man, the apple man can fly. And he flied and flied and flied and flied, and the fairy fly too. And they go to his house. And guess what? His mom was inside of there. He said, I love you 20, 60 times. I love you, 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 20, 60 times. I love you, I love you, I love you, 20, 60 times. I love you, Apple Mom.
20, 60 times. I love you 20, 60 times. Oh, and look at JJ is here. Hello, JJ. Good to see you. Glad Aaron is still going. Yeah, still going. Still going, Owen. Isn't that funny? 20, 60 times. I like that. I like that. 27 times faster than the speed of light. Tesla discovered it. Let's listen to this. This is interesting.
Russians are using something that was invented in Colorado Springs, Colorado in 1900 by Nikola Tesla. Nikola
Tesla died in January 1943, alone in a New York hotel room. Within hours, the FBI arrived and seized everything he owned. Every document, every diagram, every notebook. Officially, they were just protecting national security during wartime. But here's what they found in those papers. Tesla had figured out something about the Earth itself. Something that, if true, changes everything we think we know about physics, about time, about the world we're living in right now. And decades later, the Russians built it.
They found out that the signal, electronic signal from Colorado Springs to South Africa would arrive there at 27 times the speed of light.
27 times the speed of light. According to Einstein, nothing can travel faster than light. That's not just a suggestion. It's the foundation of modern physics. It's what we build our entire understanding of the universe on. But Tesla's experiments showed something else. Something that, if true, means our models of reality are incomplete. The signal didn't just travel. It arrived before it should have been possible. And nobody has ever been able to explain how. At least, not officially. The Russians didn't ignore this. They didn't dismiss it as impossible. They asked a different question. What if Tesla was right?
For example, I did the experiments that proved that the Soviets were doing this in about 1 week. Beck and I did it. We built the equipment, we designed the experiment. It took us 1 week to get very clear-cut results. We gave that to the CIA, the intelligence community, the Canadian government, the British government, everything. You know, it took them 3 years to duplicate what we did in the work.
So what exactly did the Russians figure out? Because if the CIA, the Canadian government, and the British government all get involved in the same thing at the same time, you know there's something there. And if you think this is just about Russia and America and Cold War games, Wait until you hear what the signal actually does.
By 1976, they had a fully operational Tesla tower. They did not have above ground. They actually have them in big holes in the ground. But this ring rod did not send any signal to the air. I didn't make that clear. All the signal was sent to the earth.
They put them in holes in the ground, deep enough that satellites couldn't spot them. Tesla understood something about this planet that nobody else did. The Russians found his nose, and they built it. Multiple towers, multiple locations, all connected through the Earth. And here's the part that feels deliberate. They turned them on July 4th, 1976, the day America was celebrating 200 years of independence. And on that exact day, the Russians unleashed something the CIA wouldn't fully understand for years. Something that
Look at that. Tesla, way ahead of his time. Oh, this is so good. Diaper diplomacy.
Let me pick a beautiful person from Japan. A question for the Prime Minister. Go ahead. Yeah, sure. Oh, he doesn't believe he's beautiful. Oh. He's just sounding shy. Go ahead, please.
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay, right? He's asking me. Now you believe in surprise, I think much more so than us, and we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what and much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise.
There you go. Very simple. Unlike Obama, he told everyone what they were doing. This is hilarious. Trusting Aunt Janice was a mistake. Oh, flashback. We got to start this over again and stretch this down. You got to see the whole thing. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Hold on down here, okay?
Yeah,
Come on over here and sit.
lean your head back.
Just keep your heads all the way back.
Okay.
Try to keep your feet on that bar as much as
Hold up. Are you sure we won't fall out? No chance. No chance. We could fall down and die. But Janice. Woo! Look, there's a camera. Hi. You ready? We're getting ready to spring. Keep your head back. Feet on the rail. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it, Jared! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Janice! I'm falling! Janice! I'm stuck! Janice! This hurts! This hurts! This hurts! This hurts! Oh, this hurts! Oh, this hurts! This is funny, this hurts! Oh, Janice, it ain't funny!
Oh, gosh. When I first saw that today, I got the hiccups. I laughed so hard. Oh, my God. That poor kid. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh, Rosa's Lord, LOL, Aunt Janice, we can fall down and die. Dark Brain, I remember this. Janice, yes. He's actually falling out. Arg, yeah. That poor kid. You're right. It's so funny, though. He's fine. Oh, my. Here's a feel-good story. Look at this, and you're going to love this. If I can get this cinched up. Here we go. Let's start this over again.
In the 1990s, a Japanese diver descended 56 feet beneath the surface of Tateyama Bay and had an encounter that would define the next 3 decades of his life. His name is Hiroyuki Arakawa, a scuba diver who has been diving since he was 18 years old, a quiet, deeply thoughtful man whose job was to oversee and maintain a sacred Shinto shrine built on the floor of the ocean, accessible only by diving down to it through open water. It was during one of those dives that he first saw her, a large Asian sheepshead wrasse, known in Japan as kobudai, hovering near the shrine. A fish unlike almost any other. Bulbous forehead, pinkish grey skin, a face so unusual that Arakawa himself once said, "When you look really close, you will think she looks like someone you know." He named her Yoriko, and what began as a simple familiarity between a diver and a fish living near the shrine he tended slowly became something neither science nor language has an easy word for. Then one day, Arakawa descended to the shrine and found Yoriko badly injured. She was struggling, unable to hunt, unable to feed herself. For 10 consecutive days, he returned to that shrine 56 feet beneath the surface of Tateyama Bay and hand-fed Yoriko crab meat, hammering open crabs near the temple gate and feeding her piece by piece until she was strong enough to hunt again. Yoriko recovered. And after that, everything changed. The bond that had been growing quietly between them became something unmistakable. When Arakawa descends to the shrine now, all he has to do is knock on a piece of metal underwater. A simple tap. And Yoriko comes. Every single time. Immediately. Swimming directly to him through open water. He is the only person she allows to touch her. The only person she allows to kiss her. Arakawa was asked in an interview how he would describe their relationship. He thought about it carefully. Then he said, "I would say we understand each other. Not that we talk to each other. But I think she knows I saved her. I think she knows I helped when she was badly injured. And for me to be able to have that, I am proud."
Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. That fish has a face only a mother and a diver can love. There you go. 25 years. Incredible. Incredible. Look at this. This is from Planet of Memes. And this guy's hood is up. So, as you can see, his hood went up. This happens sometimes if the hood isn't latched and you're driving. He's just looking through the little... It's very dangerous. And I always have thought that a hood should not open that way. It should open the other way. And my Fiero had a hood in front of it that is actually like a trunk, but it opened the other way. And I remember I just felt safer because there's no chance for the hood to do this. All hoods should open the other way. And I just still can't believe that cars are made that way. Look at that. It's a hazard for driving when the hood goes up like that. So they should just change the way hoods are. That's my opinion. My opinion. Oh, here's it's Palm Beach Pete, aka otherwise known as Jeffrey Epstein's doppelganger, or Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm a regular guy. I'm retired. I lived in the city for a long time. Worked in commercial real estate. I love to play tennis. I'm very social. I'm not going to change. This guy is dead, and he was a really bad person. And I can hold my head high. I didn't do anything. I just happen to have similar looks. I'm just a better looking version than Jeffrey. Back in the day, when I was living in the city, I went to a couple of parties and Epstein was there at a party. And he was kind of creepy, just sitting on a couch, staying to himself. And he wasn't the magnitude that he is or was. So he wasn't a big deal. He was mysterious. People didn't know how he made his money and where he, what his story was. But I never really encountered him and had a conversation with him. I just saw him at a party. I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm a regular guy. I'm retired. I lived in the city for a long time. Worked in commercial real estate. I love to play tennis. I'm very social. I'm not.
Now, what do you think? Do you think that's really him? I mean, I don't know, man. I think you could fake that accent and re-enter society as this other person, but gosh, why didn't he at least grow a beard? I don't know. Do you think it's a real? Because the other day when this came out, Palm Beach Pete, I looked that up. There was nothing out there. Nothing out there. So if he's a real, social person, how come he wasn't on social media? There's nothing. There's really nothing. He just now opened up in fact, we can go to that too. I have that. I have that, in fact, right here. Let's see. So let's go over there. Share screen. Palm Beach Pete. Here is his X account. See this? Oops. I don't want to be verified. Palm Beach Pete. He's got one video. Or maybe two. That looks like Epstein, if you ask me. Now, I still have yet to take pictures of Epstein and, study the ears and all of the lines in the face to see how closely but see, that's it. So his oldest post here is March 19th. So if he's a real social person, how come he's not, yeah.
Because some dude randomly filmed me while I was driving on I-95, unbeknownst to me. And the next thing I know, I'm a viral sensation. I had my phone down for about 4 hours and didn't know my phone was blowing up with all these comments from that video. So I got a lot of traction. It's pretty crazy. Thanks.
Yeah, traction. You had no accounts. How could anyone give you traction if you don't have an account? Not Jeffrey Epstein. He even used a picture from that other person's video for his profile picture. But he's following 0 people, and he's got 9,805 followers at the point where I looked at it here today. So that's interesting. Similarly with Facebook, he's got a Facebook page too, just started on the 19th. I mean, is he a social person if he doesn't have any social media? What's his real name? Palm Beach Pete is a nickname. So what's his real name? Who the heck is he? I think he needs to go a little bit deeper, and we need to find out more about this guy, because it's just, I have a feeling he's going to disappear. Yeah. Just another Epstein clone. Just another Jeffrey Epstein clone, says Chrono Viewer. Look at his earlobes. Yes. I have to go and take a look at that, but I'm not going to do that on the show here. But isn't that interesting? What do you think? I mean, I think it looks pretty much like him. Actually, he has a little bit more of a curved nose, or a hooked nose. He actually looks a lot like the picture that's supposed to be the corpse of Jeffrey Epstein. So maybe they hired him to play that part. I don't know. I just don't know. No clue, Mr. Magoo. All right, here we go back to X. And here he is, Palm Beach Pete.
From Palm Beach, Florida. I want to thank everybody for the positive comments I got from saying I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just Palm Beach Pete. Going to play some tennis today. Going into town. Have lunch. I'm so not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just me being me. And it's a crazy phenomenon that has went really viral. And I really appreciate all the support. And just want to reiterate, I'm Peter from Palm Beach. Have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein.
He's a very bad person, what he did, obviously, and he is dead. And I'm alive. Good morning, everybody. This is...
But what's your real name? Okay. Oh, and look at this. You want to make a really cool paper airplane? Check this out.
Welcome to my dark side.
Easy. Look at that.
Cross my heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.
Isn't that awesome? The music. I can live without the music, to be honest with you. Isn't that cool? You got to put the little foils in the back. Isn't that beautiful? Looks just like a bird or a butterfly, doesn't it? Just love it. A paper airplane with flapping wings. And that was from Craft Gallery. Thanks. Try this. We'll try it. Gavin Newscomb just collapsed after getting removal notice after LA homelessness exposed. Well, is it? Did it?
But this is much bigger. Tell us what you found.
Yeah, well, California is a lot bigger state than Minnesota, obviously, and they receive more money. And they also tax their people more than any other state in America, yet they allow more fraud to take place than any other state in America as well.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what exactly. Explain where you went, what you were looking for, what you found, and then we'll get to Gavin's response.
Yeah, so obviously their daycare system as well. There's just tons of fraud. These daycares have multiple violations, yet they continue to receive money through a program called CalWorks. And then let's talk about the hospice fraud, where you have 1,000% increase in hospices inside of just the LA area alone. $1 in $10 for home health care in America goes to the LA area. These fraudsters are driving around not just $100,000 cars, but literally $200,000 Maybachs. And they're just defrauding the American taxpayer like no other place I've ever seen. And they have no remorse for it. They drive around all these nice cars, wear designer clothing, you name it. And they're inside of these old motel looking like businesses, defrauding the taxpayer of quite literally millions and billions of dollars.
Inside LA's homeless industrial complex. Man, this guy, Nick Shirley, he's right on top of it. He's exposing the fraud.
Yeah, he is. Thanks, Nick Shirley. Look at this. Is this real?
It's suspended in the air. It's hard to tell. It's pretty small. I cannot see it outside of my eyes.
Pilot, not this. It was pretty close. Why do they always do that?
1-1 in that targeting pod. You can see something.
Here it comes. Look at that.
Or what? And there's I can see like lines coming down below, but I can't see anything below it.
Look at that thing. Is it real? I don't know. This is from Eddie Abbott. When you have friends, you get gifts. Uh-oh. Did someone donate something? Hello?
Hello, Artist61 is in the chat on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The bat phone, folks. Thanks, Kathy. All right. Artist61. Well, look at the mug I got, Artist61. It's the mug you made for me, so thank you so much. All right, we got to find her now. Artist61. Here she is, Artist61. Hey there, good to see you. Been a while. Yeah, been a while. I've been using this mug. My other mug broke, and I've been using this one ever since. So thank you so much for making that mug for me. I think it was you that made that mug for me. And Kathy says, good to see you too. Kathy says, hi. Oh, there's another one up here, huh? Oh, here it is. Aaron, evening, my friend. Good to see you, Artist61. Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to have to say hi. Hi, Artist61. Oh, Artist61. Where are you? You must be over on YouTube, huh? Oh, yeah, you're on YouTube. Okay. Hi, Artist61. And the wavy hand. Oh, this thing there. I think that's it. Okay. Let me see if it came up. And, oh, Rose Thistlart says, that mug is gorgeous. Yes, she did a great job on that. Oh, yeah, and she says, yes, that was me. Oh, good. My memory is still working a little bit. That's good. And artist, look at the chats on screen from Cap 78 Pack. Artist 61 says, Kathy, I just love you. Thanks for the call in. Isn't that nice? And I said, hi, Artist 61. And Kathy says, you're welcome. And Cap 78 Pack says, I have one of those mugs, and they are gorgeous. That's awesome. Artist 61. Wow, thanks, Cap. Love you back. Awesome. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, let's go back over here and check out what this guy says about 9/11. Well, this is medic Kevin McFadden rushed to the World Trade Center to help save lives on 9/11. And this is what he witnessed. Check this out.
The Red Cross rep was like, he goes over and he says, well, you got to stay behind this line because they're thinking about bringing the building down. They didn't say what building. They just said bringing a building down. So we're like, okay, you know, we'll take their word for it. You know, we'll stay behind the line. And he went over and he talked to one of the, through all the commotion, he goes over and he asked one of the Red Cross or one of the firefighters what was going on. I guess, I don't know if he got an answer or not. He came back over with his hand over the radio and what sounded like a countdown. And at the last few seconds, he took his hand off and you heard 3, 2, 1. And he was just saying, just run for your life, just run for your life. And then it was like another 2, 3 seconds. You heard explosions, like boom. It's like a distinct sound. It's not like when compression, like boom, 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 like floors that were dropping and collapsing. This was boom, and like you felt a rumble in the ground, like almost like you wanted to grab onto something. That, to me, I knew that was an explosion. There was no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, they brought Building 7 down. There's a lot of evidence for that. 1963, regular television broadcasts were stopped as the nation learned that John F. Kennedy had been shot. Let's watch this.
Hidden zippers. Again, in the Faded Soldier blue, which I think is such a stunning combination, and the black boot. I noticed that there are a number of hidden zippers in these jackets. Now, what are these for, Betsy? They can't be for, is it for mad money?
Well, it depends on where they're placed. They can be wherever you want them. You know, for the pockets so that no snow gets into it. The zipper holding the hood in because it's easier to put the hood on and off with the zipper than it is with the snaps. Then there's zippers up the side so that the jacket will fit tightly around the hips, keeping that straight, sleek look that it should have. And very often you'll find a zipper hidden in the arm. And
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this. And you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin. This is from the United Press from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife, Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital.
Yep. I remember that when I was a little kid. I was born in 62, so I was alive at the time. And when the footage came out of the shooting, even as a little teeny kid, I just felt the sadness, this overwhelming. Everybody was sad. It was a very thick feeling of sadness. Even as a little kid, I could feel it. It was very sad. And Rosas Lart says, this makes me mad. Very upsetting what they did to the world and JFK and his family that day. Yes. So evil. It's so evil. And that's when the Q operation started, actually, right after the assassination. A bunch of generals got together and decided to go after it. He never warned me about Pearl Harbor. I'll never keep anything from you again. You better not. The last American remembered the old world that she told her family before dying in 1953. This is really interesting.
Americans, not...
Wait a minute. Okay.
The last American who remembered the old world. What she told her family before dying 1953. There's a filing cabinet in the Library of Congress that contains the voices of dead Americans, not recordings, transcriptions. Thousands of pages of handwritten and typed interviews conducted between 1936 and 1940 by government writers who were sent into homes across 24 states with a single instruction: get their stories before they're gone. The program was called the Federal Writers Project, a branch of Roosevelt's New Deal that employed out-of-work journalists, novelists, and researchers to document the lives of ordinary citizens. They collected 2,900 life histories. Then they filed them in the Library of Congress, where they sat mostly unread for nearly 40 years. I found them because I was looking for something else. I was tracing architectural records from the 1870s, trying to understand why so many American courthouses and government buildings from that era feature proportions that don't match the people who supposedly used them. The same question I keep running into. But the deeper I went into those archives, the more I realized the buildings weren't the real story. The people were. Because those 2,900 interviews captured something no textbook ever could. The first-hand memories of Americans who were alive before everything changed, and what they described doesn't match the history we've been taught. Let me explain what I mean by before everything changed. Consider the math. An American born in 1855 who lived to 85, not unusual, would have died in 1940. That means they were alive, speaking, remembering when those government writers knocked on their doors. They would have been children during the 1860s and 1870s. They would have witnessed the most dramatic transition in American history. Not gradually, not over centuries, but within a single lifetime. And their grandchildren, born in the 1920s and 1930s, heard their stories firsthand. Those grandchildren are the last generation that carries the oral history of the old world, and they're almost gone. Mary Kelly was born in 1851 in Southfield, Michigan. She lived to 113 and died in 1964. She was alive before the Civil War and survived long enough to see television in every American home. Maggie Barnes was born to a formerly enslaved woman in the early 1880s and lived to approximately 11. The Gerontology Research Group has verified 16 supercentenarians born in the 1850s alone. Dozens more lived past 100. Hundreds lived past 90. An entire generation of witnesses whose memories spanned two completely different worlds. The government had the chance to record all of them. It recorded 2,900. Then it stopped. The project was defunded in 1939 after congressional hearings, turned over to state control, and effectively shut down. The interviews were boxed up, not published in any accessible form until the 1970s. 30 years of silence around the last first-hand testimony of Americans who remembered what came before. Before what, exactly? That's where October 8, 1871 becomes impossible to ignore. Every American learns about the Great Chicago Fire. Mrs. O'Leary's cow, the wooden city, the rebuilding. What almost no one learns is what happened the same night at the same hour across 3 states simultaneously. In Peshtigo, Wisconsin, a firestorm consumed the entire town in approximately 1 hour. Between 2,000 and 2,500 people perished, making it the deadliest wildfire in American recorded history. The fire burned 1.2 million acres. Survivors describe winds strong enough to lift adults off the ground, flames that moved faster than a person could run, and a heat so intense that people crossing open ground simply burst into flame without being touched by visible fire.
Wow.
Reverend Peter Pernin, the parish priest who survived by submerging himself in the Peshtigo River, published his eyewitness account in 1874. He described a phenomenon that doesn't match any normal wildfire behavior. The available oxygen was consumed so rapidly that people who showed no burns were found deceased, as if the air itself had been weaponized. The fire created its own weather system, a vortex of superheated wind that behaved less like a forest fire and more like something detonating from a central point outward. The same night, Holland, Michigan burned. Manistee, Michigan burned. Port Huron, Michigan was threatened. Across 225 million acres of the upper Midwest, fires erupted simultaneously. The National Weather Service confirms these fires broke out across 3 states at the same time on the same evening. Wow. The official explanation is drought, lumber debris, and a cold front with high winds. Reasonable, except for one detail that has nagged researchers since 1883, the simultaneity. In 1883, a hypothesis emerged that fragments of Biela's comet had struck the atmosphere and ignited the fires from above. This theory was revisited in a 1997 documentary and investigated again in 2004 by the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Witnesses in Chicago reported blue flames burning in basements, a color consistent with unusual chemical combustion, not wood fires. The theory has never been...
There you go. Isn't that interesting? I think it is. Oh, look at this.
你不配合，今晚罐罐就都给他俩吃了。
Cute.
你不配合，今晚罐罐就都给他俩吃了。
So funny. And look at these dogs.
Ela foi, mano. Ela foi. Pega ela aí, mano. Branco.
Uh-oh, I gotta lengthen this one. Uh-oh. Whoops. Shoot the dog. Oh man. Whoops. There goes your dog.
Ooh.
哎呀，这里。
Oh, doggers. Doggers. Yep. He's Jewish, and his name is Palm Beach Pete. That's not his real name. What's his real name?
Is Jeffrey Epstein alive? Well, we did what the internet couldn't do. We searched. We asked around. We looked all over Florida, and we tracked down the man that everyone keeps seeing, all right? And it turns out he's not Epstein, okay? He's a former D1 tennis player, a gold medalist, a Soho fashion entrepreneur, a former real estate executive, and today we can finally put the rumors to rest. We got Palm Beach Pete in the building. How you doing? How you doing?
Pete is doing just great. This whole thing is a phenomenal. I'm driving down I-95, minding my own business, and some knucklehead films me, and the next thing I know, my phone is blowing up.
It's just blowing up.
Blown up.
I'm going to be
honest. Out of control.
I don't think Epstein killed himself, so I'm kind of skeptical. You guys are both from West Palm Beach. You guys are both Jewish, so I'm kind of skeptical about everything, but I'll let you guys continue.
Palm Beach Pete is Palm Beach, not West Palm Beach.
Palm
Big
Beach
difference.
Pete.
Palm Beach Pete. Polly, can we bring up the video that's gone viral and broken the internet over like the last, what is it, 5 days now? It's just insane, this one video. You're just cruising in your car, right? It's a convertible. You got your hat on. And some guy just says, what? Whoa, Epstein's alive.
Epstein is alive.
There it is right there. It's just you in your car, right?
Epstein is alive.
I'm minding my own business, driving down to play some tennis. And the next thing you know, hundreds of millions of views all over the world. Phone calls all over the place. When it first dropped, I was out at a restaurant, really nice restaurant with my girlfriend. And she says to me, those people at the table over there, they're talking about you. So I went over to their table. I said, you guys talking about me? They said, are you the guy that went viral on the internet? I said, yep, that's me. And they wanted to take a photo immediately. Then I went to the bar. Bartender wanted to take a photo of me. Ran into a friend of mine also sitting at the bar. She introduces me to her friend. I introduce myself, and schnot's coming out of his nose because he thinks it's so funny that he just met viral Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow. Epstein's Island. Oh, let's watch this.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
The mate was a mighty sailing man,
The skipper brave and sure, 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, a movie star, and the rest are here on Gilligan's Isle.
There you go. I like that. And what's this? Let's go. This is in Iran. People are walking around with no hijab. They're all happy. So 40,000 people were killed in the last short period of time by the old government that's now been decimated. Let's listen to Tim Burchett about UFOs.
I've talked to a lot of those folks that are a little bit afraid of, being whistleblowers and things like that. He spent a lot of time researching the UFO UAP issue with a lot of the folks that I know. So, I mean, it's all suspect. And the fact the FBI got involved with it, too, is something I think that bears mentioning. I've talked to a lot of those folks that are...
Yeah, they're worried about what's it like teaching kids in 2026? Kentucky girl puts this out. This is so funny. Oh, gosh.
Cheeseburger.
Press cheeseburger.
Large chocolate milkshake.
Press large chocolate milkshake.
I found it quite complicated, but now that I've served my first customer, I think I'm definitely on my way to becoming a pilot.
Now ask, would you like fries with that?
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, not me, him.
So now it's my job to train up the new staff.
Can I have a burger, please?
Burger. Burger.
Fresh burger.
Fresh burger.
Onion rings.
Onion rings. Onion rings.
Fresh onion rings.
Fresh onion rings. I do still like to have the supervisor with me, just to make sure I'm doing it right.
Strawberry milkshake.
Strawberry milkshake. Chocolate milkshake.
No, strawberry milkshake.
No strawberry milkshake. No strawberry milkshake. I have to be careful though. If I get too many stars, there's a danger I may become overqualified to be a pilot.
Can I have the code for the toilet, please?
Can I have the code for the toilet, please?
Can I have the code for the toilet, please?
295.
245.
361.
Two managers doesn't help, does it? I like the way this guy's belly's hanging out. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Yeah, that's pretty funny, I'd say. Look at this. Donald Trump put this out. This is New York City, 1929. Interesting year to highlight. Donald Trump. Cool hat. Look at how nice everyone's dressed. Everyone is, I mean, there's no, crime going on that we can see. It's a whole different world, a much more civilized world back then. Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Flew.
Uh-oh.
Flew. Oh yeah, let this go in there. Oh shit.
Oh, job opening. Too funny. Oh, look, check this out. 16 years ago, one man stood alone on a grassy hill at a music festival in Washington State, USA, and started dancing by himself. And people joined. On a hill. There's a third guy. There's more and more. We're running to be part of it. Wow. Look at that crowd. So if you're ever wanting to get up and dance by yourself, do it, because you're not going to be alone for long. Look at this guy did. Wow. All right. Unstoppable Dance Party. Yes. That's New Hampshire. That's for damn sure. New Hampshire. No, actually Washington, I think. Oh.
From a beautiful person from Japan.
Oh, we've already seen this. Yeah. Oh, this is good. Listen to this.
I ordered a book called How to Scam People Online. It's been 6 months now and I haven't received it yet. I ordered a book called How to Scam People Online. It's been 6 months now and I haven't received it yet.
They scammed you. That's how you do it. After winning the game, he invited all the janitors to take a photo with the championship trophy. Look at this. How cool. Wow. Look at that. That's incredible. Sharing the spotlight with people that never get the spotlight. That's beautiful. A beautiful thing, you might even say. Meteor weighing 17,000 pounds hit Ohio, causing a sonic boom heard in Pennsylvania.
When it hit the ground. It hit the ground so hard and it was so loud that people in Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and Virginia heard this.
Oh.
Mind you, I said this was in Ohio. And let me add this. That meteor was 7 tons. Look at this shit. I need you to take your time and look at this shit. So you're telling me that NASA didn't know about this? NASA knows about everything else, but NASA didn't know about this. You're going to have people say, it's nothing to worry about. Meteors hit the earth all the time. And you're right. Meteors do hit the earth all the time. But meteors that big, coming that fast, does not hit the earth like that all the time. Let me add, that meteor was moving at 45,000 miles an hour. And we're not going to act like 45,000 miles an hour is moving at a slow pace. Yeah, all right. We ain't even making it to the middle of 2026 yet. And look at all the shit that's happening. I'm out.
Look at this. This is heartwarming. Check this out.
You guys say hello to the best teacher ever in St. Louis history. My first grade teacher, Miss Hyder. Right? I'm sorry. You know you got to put everything on social media. Yeah. This is my first grade teacher, y'all. First grade. I know water.
Oh my God.
I told you. Magical moment in Dollar Tree. We
Dollar
go
Tree.
viral, y'all, in Dollar Tree. Magical moments are happening. God is good. God is good. God is awesome. You guys say hello to the best teacher ever in St. Louis history. My first grade teacher, Miss Hyder.
First grade teacher. Isn't that wonderful? Wow. That's pretty cool. Check this out. John Strand, if you are in his state, vote for him because he's running for Congress.
I am John Strand, patriot for Congress. Now, some of you know me as the J6 hostage who went to prison on principle so that you don't have to. Let me be very clear about what that really means. I was assaulted by an FBI SWAT team, disappeared in jail for 4 days without a phone call. And then I was charged with a 20-year felony. And then I was given the equivalent of a get out of jail nearly free card, a single misdemeanor plea deal. If I just signed to their false confession and played along with the Washington, D.C. program, I could go home, a 20-year felony and a ruined life wiped away. But I refused. Not because it was easy, and not because I knew it was going to work out. It was far more likely I would rot in there for years. But I refused Washington's pressure because there is never a right time to do the wrong thing. I chose prison over a lie because we're losing our country. And if the government can coerce false confessions from innocent citizens, then none of the rights that we think we have are real.
It's never the right time to do the wrong thing. Kathy's saying good night. We're going to be heading on out here pretty soon, folks. I want to thank everyone who came along today. Some of our old friends like Artist61. Good to see her again. And Kathy Weiss says, good night, Artist. It was great to see you too. And make that stand. Never admit to something you did not do. That's right. That's right, Rose Thistle Art. Dark Brain says, Catherine, have a wonderful weekend. It was nice seeing you. And I get to make my little, oops. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all so very much. And a radiating heart. All right. Good night, Kathy. Sweet dreams. And I said, thank you all so very much. Oh, we got to see this. One more thing here. This is pretty good. It's only like a minute.
I hate to admit this, y'all, but watching people lose their mind over Donald Trump, I don't know why that shit pleases me. I don't think I'm supposed to be happy over that shit. I'm supposed to be sad because these people are lunatics and they need help medically, mentally. But deep, deep inside, I be laughing and just smiling because you motherfuckers are crazy. I just don't know how else to put it. And number two, like, a couple months from now, I'm gonna watch a post about that same person that just lost their mind, going to jail or losing their job. So it's like double, triple whammy entertaining. I'm not supposed to be enjoying your downfall, but when I see ignorance being displayed, it's kind of hard not to enjoy ignorance. It's just ignorance resulting in ignorance. And so how do you not enjoy that? I don't know how not to. I don't want to. It feels bad. It feels bad enjoying watching you people lose your mind, but you got 3 more years to lose it, and I'm here to watch it. I'm here for it.
Yes, it is super hilarious. Oh, the corner they've painted themselves into is just absolutely hilarious. Well, thanks again, folks. We know we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right around 9 p.m. Central because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO, maybe even a video, and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. We'd love to hear your story. Oh, yeah. Remember, it's Alien Abduction Day today, too. Alrighty then. We'll see you next time on Monday. Have a great weekend. Have a great tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I will be celebrating my birthday. I'm actually babysitting tomorrow morning, so it'll be nice to spend time with 2 of my grandkids. We'll see you on Monday, right around 9 p.m. Central. Thank you all so very much, and peace in world peace, baby. It's coming. I can feel it. It's coming. We'll see you then. You guys rock because you're the Truth Questers. Let's see. Artist61, and good to see you again, Artist61. Missed you, Dark Brain. I was just wondering about you the other day. So glad I stumbled in tonight. We're glad you did too. That's awesome. Dark Brain, Cap 78 Pack, have a great weekend. God bless you always. Chroniviewer, happy birthday. Thanks, Chroniviewer. And Dark Brain, everyone, have a nice weekend. It was great seeing everyone. And thank you also, Dark Brain, for your gift subscription. That's awesome. And Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, you as well, Dark Brain. And Dark Brain, happy birthday, Aaron. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Artist 61, happy birthday. Thank you all so very much. We'll see you on Monday. Peace in. And thank you again. And thanks for sharing and liking, because that helps. All right. Groovy like a record. We'll see you later on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Peace in.